Hello everyone, and this is my review for WWE NXT on January 28th, 2015. And, they start off the show with Buddy Murphy and Wesley Blake going up against the Lucha Dragons for the NXT Tag Team titles. And they decided to actually put the tag team titles on Blake and Murphy in this case. And it was really weird that they decided to go on that route. Maybe they're trying to call up Kalisto or something like that here in the very near future. Well, we'll see if they're doing anything there. But there was really no story build behind this other than the fact that Blake and Murphy challenged them for the title shot and it was accepted. We'll see if they're going to try to build any more story next week, going probably into what would be a takeover match between the two of them. I did like how the match played out, especially with the ending where it was just a really good tag team maneuver that kind of using the blind tag to sneak in the pin there. So I did end out liking the ending to the match, and the match itself was actually relatively done well as well. That came off really weird there. But going on to Adrian Neville and Tyson Kidd. What can you say? They put on really good matches in the past, and this was no different. They put on a long, really good match from beginning to end. I liked how the entire thing went. You could tell how they were trying to build Adrian Neville into almost like not a redemption, but trying to get himself back on a roll after losing the title and then losing the rematch afterwards, and continuing on in the tournament there, and of course putting him up with Tyson Kidd. They put on really good matches, so it came off really well in this case. And then of course they also had the tag team match with all four women from the NXT women's title match for the Fatal 4-Way, with Bayley and Charlotte going up against Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. I liked beforehand how you had the promo with Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. They decided to have Sasha Banks basically say that they were going to work together to get Sasha the title, and then maybe a little tension building between the two of them, where Becky Lynch kind of said as they were walking away that she was going to become NXT Women's Champion. I liked where they went with that. The match itself, especially with the ending of the match, I thought came off really well. I like where they're building the story between this. It's like they're building it as an actual Fatal 4-Way, where it seems like every single woman's going to be for themselves, and I like where they're actually going with that. I like the ending where, Bayley and Charlotte started fighting each other, causing the disqualification. It helped build the tension going into the Fatal 4-Way match. So, again, that one came off really well. Baron Corbin and Bull Dempsey, again for the number one contendership tournament. Again, another really quick match. Of course, at this point in time, putting Baron Corbin over without really necessarily getting rid of Bull Dempsey in the storyline build is a good way of going here. I like how the matches have been relatively quick so far. Maybe it'll lead into a longer, bigger match here in the very near future. I did like the promo afterwards with Bull Dempsey and Baron Corbin. Bull basically saying, "Oh, you got lucky twice. It won't happen a third time." So you can tell that storyline's not necessarily ending quite yet. Maybe it'll lead into another match down the line. We'll see, and we'll see where they go with that as well here with next week's show. Of course, them doing the semifinals. I would expect something between the two of them in that type of match to continue building their story. Which leads into the final segment of the show, which was the contract signing for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I liked both sides of the promo. Actually, I liked how William Regal came out there. He wasn't saying that he wasn't going to have this contract signed like all others with everyone fighting. I liked Sami Zayn's explanation, saying that he should have seen it coming, but he didn't see it coming, and everything on that aspect, talking about the 12 years in the past, and of course, him having his moment at the last NXT takeover. I liked Kevin Owens' promo in this case, basically fully explaining why he did what he did. And, almost making it feel like, yeah, he did the heelish thing attacking Sami Zayn, but it was, like, in his mind, it's not a it's not a heel thing. He was doing it, he's basically saying it's like he fights everyone and anyone, but he fights for a prize, and he wants the NXT title because it means more money. It means more money for his family, his wife, his kids, and I liked where they came off of that promo. Obviously, with him attacking Sami Zayn, that makes him the heel, but his intentions are very face. So it's not. He's got that gray area around him, and that came off really well in this case. And then, of course, forcing William Regal into, or Sami Zayn basically saying, in order to get this match, you need to make it a title match. I liked how they actually did everything there, and that even having like William Regal, write down that it's a title match on there. Both of them initialing the fact that he made the addendum to the contract, and then both of them signing the contract itself. I liked those little touches in there because those are things that you would actually have to do. If someone addends a contract, you would actually have to initial it going in before actually making everything official. So that actually came off really well as well. It was a different type of contract signing because for the most part, you know how it goes with WWE contract signings, they just end in a big brawl. And that wasn't the case here. So I thought this week's NXT actually came off really well. It was a good build going into NXT TakeOver. They built the semifinal matches for the next week with Finn Balor and Hideo Itami. I liked their promo backstage. You had Finn Balor basically saying, it's like, yeah, we're friends, but once the title's there and everything, those go out the window. Basic stuff like that. And that stuff actually still works within wrestling. I liked Hideo Itami's biz, also saying, it's like, I brought you into NXT, and if I have to, I'll be the one that takes you out. It built a little tension going into their match, even though both of them are faces. And we'll see how that match goes next week. I would assume it will be a really good, really fun match to watch next week. So I can't actually wait to see how they how their performance is next week for that particular match. So, like I said, I felt NXT was actually really good this week. It built for the next week. It built for NXT TakeOver. I feel like they did a really good job just all around this week of getting the stories they wanted built and continuing on in the ways that they wanted to go with each of the matches going into the next NXT TakeOver. So that's my review this week for WWE NXT, and I thank you guys for watching.